Well, hi guys, it's JRTV here. I want to reveal to you the darker side of construction. Right now I'm in a nice home, a nice area. You can see the adjacent houses, nice, rooftop, swimming pool everywhere. But I need to explain this. The sun, get the nice sunlight, right? I need to explain this. All right, so construction can be difficult, especially when you get more technical. It can take time for things to come in, ship in. Things can break. People can have conflicts on the job site where one person feels like the other person's taking their job. You can have situations where look at this mosaic. This is premium construction, guys. Look at this tile floor. Look at this. Oh yeah, man. In fact, I should turn on the lights here. In a moment, I just want to explain the darker side, and the darker side has to do with the specs. So, for example, you can see what's going on here. I had to tear the wallpaper completely off of this bathroom because the person who primed it, right, they didn't wipe the dust off of it, and the person who put the wallpaper in, they didn't do it properly so it would seal nicely. So over here, having to redo the situation, and it has to be oil primed. You can see I'm just finalizing scraping, and then it has to be remudded with a soft mud, and then primed, and then wallpapered again. And this, when you're in a house like this, everything's pricey. This is not cheap wallpaper, But it has to do with the specs. Who's responsible for what? For example, if I hung the wallpaper over a bad wall that had, for example, flaws in it like this, then the responsibility would be handed to me because I accepted it and said, okay, I'm willing to do wallpaper on it, for example, right? So, but there are other instances in which, like for example, at one of the towers in Ward Village, which is a place I like to feature on my videos. It's perhaps the most advanced or sought after, one of the most condominium structures in Hawaii. It's a brand new Howard Hughes Ward Village, and the building, the problem with it is it wasn't built up to code. There are some flaws. The windows weren't the right windows. The way they put the windows in, the heat from the windows gradually expanded the shall we say, like the edge where the windows were in, therein, the result being that the windows shook. The windows and so it's just as you can guess, like an enormously costly situation, on a construction build that was probably a $250 million to build, maybe more. I think it might be leaning on $300 million, this building, but yet, after the fact, it's going to cost around $20 million to deal with the window problem, cut drywall out, reinstall drywall. There are other issues, and I don't want to say all of this to make the people who were responsible for it look bad. I'm only saying it to provide a for instance that let's work all together, let's do things by the spec. And a lot of private residences, like something such as this, doesn't have any specs in it. And I want to compel, look at this place, right? I want to compel all architects to include specs in their drawings. Like, I expect the painter to have this quality of finish. I expect, and not to be just a given. But, you know, use that formality, familiarize yourself with it. And then we can all work better. And it's all about intelligence and responsibility. And if we can all come to that place, guess what? The lights are on. It's a good thing for everybody to be intelligent. You know what I'm saying? It is a good thing. So, we got a nice skylight, we got the lights. I mean, look at this, man. This is like, here's the deal, guys. It's all about details, right? Like, if you look closely, the machining, like, look at the machining on all of these hardware items. It's all sharp and brilliant. This is, you know, this is like how Rolex produced. This is Hans Grohe. You can see, look at that mirror metal there. This is how like Rolex makes its. This is why this stuff is tremendous. Like, this stuff is tremendous. What you're looking at right now, tremendous cost. Okay. Amazing. Like, look at all the and all the tile. Like, if you have money, this is what you do. You put tile on everywhere you can. So you never have to paint it, and it's easy to clean. And you put tile on your roof. Like, this tile roof is the best tile roof there is. We're looking at it across the way. It's a glazed ceramic. By the way, it is a lovely sunset. We're in here enjoying the action to look at that lighting beneath the sink. Like, this is living, guys. All right, this is lifestyle here behind the mirrors. All right. But I just want to encourage you and caution you. You know, sometimes people will be lazy, or they'll have conflicts at home that'll interfere with their ability to work. So, and sometimes, you know, you'll need a lot of money to forward a job. Sometimes, you know, somebody will have to pay for something like this. You'll need the money to deal with that and keep going so you can get into the next job, which hopes to be a profit. Like, for example, this job, maybe they only broke even or something like that, or didn't make as much as they wanted to. But that is the dark side of construction, and of course I've turned on the lights. Let's do that collectively, taking more responsibility for safety, operations, and just genuine enthusiasm in the work. Like, what I have experienced is, I used to feel like, oh, I've got to go to work. Now I've experienced in different works that I do, whether it's videos, writing, whether it's construction, cleaning. You know, I feel like, all right, you know, I'm gonna breathe through this, not be afraid, not feel like, oh, it's a burden. Feel like it's something to give me a sense of purpose and put me in a place where I am deserving of the money I earn, where I am deserving and rightfully earning of fine things such as these. You know, I deserve it. I deserve it because I create it. I create excellent wallpaper, for example, and so on and so forth. And so, yeah, thanks for going from the dark light. Obviously, I'm only touching the overall general issues. There are very, many details which you can research to look yourself into problems that can occur during construction. These are just all things to consider in regards to when you're trying to make something nice, or when you want something this nice. That's why there's a great cost, because it's complicated. You need fine, well finished walls to do for wallpapering, and so on and so forth. So thanks again, guys, and aloha. Nice scenery we got here.